So this is Baruch, your Saba. Yeah, I'm trying to work this in now. I'm the Saba. I'm getting older. I'm another birthday coming up. So when you get older, I think it's just the clock starts moving faster. At any rate, we went through the Akeda yesterday. And according to Sod, Akeda means hamtaka, sweetening. That basically the world is created in din, and din is a big thing. There's a tremendous amount of punishment in this world. This is a very big mistake that Americans make, that we think that everything is supposed to be wonderful all the time. We're supposed to feed our faces and eat Burger King and Red Lobster and just go out with the girls and guys and just have a wonderful time. That's what this world, that's the picture of this world. But in fact, that's not really what's going on here at all. It's the core of this world is din, punishment. And what we need to do as students of the, here we're looking at the Rashash, but the Uri really, and Rebbe Shimon, I guess it's basically Rebbe Shimon. I want to say it the right way. Of all this generation of tremendous ability to be able to come closer to eternity, to Hashem. So here we went through the Akeda, and here we took something which is inherently not sweet, but rather Gevuradik, Yitzchak, and we bound him to his father. Now, I'm thinking, what is the force that binds them together? And that's Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, the power of oneness. So these are two opposite things. So then it goes, Yehi ratzon b'fanecha Hashem Elokeinu ve'Elokei Abuseinu sh'tismale rachamim aleinu u'v'chein barov rachamecha tizkor Lano akedaso shel Yitzchak Avinu ben Avraham Avinu alav Shalom, or Aleichem Hashalom. Kasher afro tzibor umunach al gabe hamizbech, so that as if his ashes were gathered together, placed on top of the mizbech, the tabet be'afro, and you could see in those ashes the tabet be'afro, the rachem aleinu, to have mercy upon us, v'levado me'aleinu kol gezeros kashos v'rabos, all of the bad decrees. And remember, the bad decrees is that this is a world full of bad decrees. The first bad decree that we have to come to reckoning with is the fact that our physical bodies, which really comprise, if you read Rabbi Memron, it's just incredible while he wrote this, is that they're like an entity that draws all of the panimis or spirituality towards it, because we have to make a living, we have to reproduce. There's a lot of struggle over here. It's like fish in the water just burning out. You got to get going. So anyway, so then with the Zakeda Lachso with the Chuba Shalom Fanecho, V'tatzilenu me'hayetzahara me'kol chet v'avon, v'tarich yomeda b'tova v'shonoseinu b'ne'imim, with sweetness in them. In a world of din, there is a Yitzchak Avinu who can be as powerful as anyone. He wants to combine, he wants to be sweetened, though, because the sweetening is really what makes the world closer to Hashem, the more of the oneness. Then it goes on, Ribono, and then he says he has these two forms of Havaya, and this is basically Chesed, and I think this would be more like Malchus, but it's all menukad with a segel, serit segel. So exactly what that means, I don't know. But here you have, let's just take them one at a time. The first one is a segel. This is all Havaya has to do with Chesed. Maybe it is the Havaya of Chesed. Now here's one that is mixture of Chesed and Bina. Chesed, Bina. Don't know, Shel Olam. Gamosha Kavosh as Kavosh Avraham Avinu as Racham of La'asos Ratzoncha B'Lev Shalem. So that was the idea. I got the idea from learning this yesterday, that Chesed is fun. Chesed is nice. Chesed is comfortable. Chesed is everything good. Why give that up to get involved with somebody who's nasty? And I'm personalizing it, but I mean it into a force. Let's say that Chesed is wants to flow, wants to be out there and enjoy. And then the chiyuv is that you have to match it with its opposite. This, in psychology, would be called male and female. Two entities that absolutely need each other, but are so... Chesed would rather just leave it alone. You know, he's got a good deal going. He's getting plenty of flow from Bina, which is up above him, and maybe that's what that meant. This is Chesed Bina. Maybe that's what that means. At any rate, Racham Vasos Ratzoncha B'Lev Shalom, and he says what? With a complete and total yichud. That's once again that same idea. Kain Yibshu Rachamecho Da'atik. So he says kodesh means to suppress. Yichvushu, no, he doesn't mean that. He should conquer your Rahmanus, which comes from the deepest possible place of creation, which is called Atik. As ka'asecha. So I read it a little bit wrong. You should suppress with the Rahmanus that comes from Atik, your anger. The Zer Anpin, V'yogulu Rachamecha, that is in Zer Anpin. I don't know what he means. Does Zer Anpin, V'yogulu Rachamecha. So in Zer Anpin, let your Rahmanus be shown. And what Rahmanus is that? That's the Rahmanus of Erich Anpin, Al Midosecha. Now let's understand, if we were looking at this as a series of concentric circles, and you are building a structure. The concentric circles also have verticality to them, so more like cylinders. But at any rate, looking at them from the top, you would see concentric circles. In the center of that circles would be the Atik of Zer Anpin. And then the next circle would be the Erich Anpin of Zer Anpin. I think he means a Zer Anpin, Al Midosecho, on your Midos. The Zer Anpin, that is the Midos of Zer Anpin. So what did I want to say? So what is this? What is this Shefa that's coming to Zer Anpin? What's this all about? Zer Anpin, in the way that I understand this Kabbalah, is the place where the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei is manifest. Manifest, and that Yud-Kei Vav-Kei will become, and it actually has an origin in Atik. It has a very, very high origin, but where it's actually seen, and you see that it's working, is in Zer Anpin. So if he says, Na'agim b'mol Hashem, Elokeinu, our God, the midas of Chesed, the midas of Rachamim, with this midah of Chesed, the midah of Rachamim, v'tekanes lana lifnim mishuras haden, to bring him into the inside, uvutuvoch agadol, that is the Chasan, the Das, the Tzilus, use the Chasanim of the Moach HaDas in the Tzilus. Yashuv Charon Apach, let the heat, the furnace of your anger go back. Apach means into your nose, like a fire breather. Pull it back. Mem Amach, and then we have this letter Hey. Was there a Yud out here someplace? Because I see here's a Vav. So he says Ma'amach, which is the letter Hey, Me'irach, from your city, Uma'artzach, and from your land, U'menachalosach, and from your inheritance. V'kayim lano Hashem Elokeinu, as hadavar she'ivtachtana, the things which you have promised us. You promised us b'sorachzach in your Torah al yedei Moshe avdach ka'amor. Now understand that this is written in a Sephardi style. So I don't. I've been fortunate enough that I spent times, really as a part of a Sephardi shul. I really loved every minute of it. But there's no question that I'm not Sephardic, not the kind of Sephardic that we have today. The Sephardic mostly from North Africa, or or the Middle East. So I'm not from that kind of a background. There's here in Boca. There's many different kinds of Sephardim. But I like many of their things, and I'm not thrown by the fact that he ends off his sentences slightly different. So Hal Moshe Avdoch, not Avdecho, Avdecho, like in Ashkenaz, Kal Mor. The Zacharti as Brisi Yaakov, and I remember my covenant. Now he said the covenant is another word for the word Yesod, Brisi my Yesod, Yaakov and Tiferes, that the two are connected, that the Yesod of Yaakov, who is Tiferes, is connected to the body. Vaf as Brisi Yitzchak, and also as the covenant of Yitzchak, which Yitzchak represents Gevurah. So Yaakov is Yesod. That's the place where the bris takes place. He is Tiferes. That's the end of Tiferes. Vav as Brisi Abraham, and also this covenant of Abraham, which is Chesed, Ezkor v'ha'aretz, I will remember, and the land, the Malchus, Ezkor, remember that too. Now we're always looking for the Yichud. V'ne'emar va'av gam bzos, b'hiyosem be'eretz oivehim, and also this, with their being in the land of their enemies. Lo ma'astim, I will not make them disgusting. V'lo ga'altim, and I will not. Let me just look up these two words. I don't think I know these words. Give me a second. So I looked these words up, and they're languages of oppression and torment. So they translate a lot of different ways. But the point is that ma'astim, to oppress them, and the galaltim, to really torture them, l'kalosim, for the purpose of actually ending them. L'chafer brisi, to nullify my bris, itom, with them, ki ani Hashem, that is the name of mercy. And notice that Hashem always has the adni in it, which is lashon yichud. Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei, and attaching onto that is the adni, and this is what it looks like in a shulav. Elokechem, v'zacharti lachem bris rishonim, and I remember my first bris with you, asher hotzetzi osa me'eretz Mitzrayim, that I brought them out of the land of Egypt. The Einei HaGoyim, in the eyes of the Goyim, lihiyos lechem lelokem, to be for them like a god. Ani Hashem, I am Hashem. This is the name of Hashem. Once again, this is called the Shalom. V'ne'ema b'shav Hashem. Again, Elokecha eshivosecha v'richamecha, those your exiles or your captives, those who are captive. V'rachamecha, in your mercy. V'shav v'kabetzecha, and bring into you b'kol amim, from all the different nations, asher chafitzcha Hashem, that you desired. Elokecha Shama, your God, Hashem, your God desired. Shama, there. So, if you're from Persia, if you're from, look what's in the news now, any of the countries there, all those countries have Jewish populations, so they did. If those you pushed away could be at the end of the earth, in that place will bring you back. Hashem Elokecha, and Misham, that is Hashem Elokecha, will bring you back, and Misham Yikochecha, he will take you from there. You'll see. Now this is all the thing about that. It's all this like Lashon Din. To be taken out of your nice little place and moved to something which is someplace much more harsh. So Havi'acha Hashem Elokecha, Hashem Elokecha ala aretz asher yarshu avasecha, and to the land that your people inherited, the Yerishta, and inherit it. It's going to be really good for you. And it will multiply you. I don't know what means. You'll have more than than those who came before you. Then he says, al yedei this is going to go through your prophet. Hashem, once again, the name in Shilaf. It's not to be just overlooked. It really is a tremendous power to be able to do good. So he says if it's bringing opposites together, that's really what is into one name, and then he combines it into letters. These letters represent the formation of this reality in Olam Atzilus. Chaneni l'chol kivinu heya zeron lebekarim. So chaneni l'chol, let it be chen for you, kivinu. So I wait, I hope. Hey is wrong the Bakarim, and their shoulders should be like, I don't know, for the mornings. Let's see what he says. Roas shall asarach or ruge malchus. That is, he says, the shoulders. Zroam, their shoulders shall asarach or ruge malchus after Yeshua saying. Let me go over that again. So min emra al yudei neviyacha. It's quoting the prophet. Hashem. Chanenu l'cha, so chanenu, give us chen. L'cha kivinu, in you we have hope. Hey is zeron lebakarim, and let them be shoulders lebakarim. What does lebakarim mean? So he says, Roa shel asara harugi malchus. He's asking for us, chanenu, to give us zeron lebakarim. I don't understand this word, bakarim. He says, Zroa shal asar, the Bekarim are the shoulders of the 10 Charuge Malchus we stand on them, Af Yeshua Senu, even our salvation, Gam Lanu, also for us. Be'ez Sarah, at the time of our pain. And he shows us the name for pain, which is the name Elokim, with the Hey spelled Hey. And that is Gevura, that is pain. And our world is created with 32 Gevuros, so V'ne'emer v'es tzara hi Yaakov's, and it says it is a time of pain for Yaakov, v'mena yivashea, and from it, and I'm assuming he means the tzara, yivashea, he will save us. V'ne'emer b'kol tzarasam lo tzar, and all of their pain, it's a pain for him too. Malach panav Hoshiam, and a malach, and again, looking at the words, it's a malach, his panav, his face, the face of the malchus, the malach panav Hoshiam, let his face save them of this malach. So it's the radiance of the consciousness of the Almighty. Ba'achavasal, in his love, v'chem lasal, hugo alam, he will take them out, v'yanatlam v'yanasim, kol yemei olam. And now it goes into another piece, which I was going to do separately. Let me just take a look at it. This shouldn't be too long. It's really fairly simple in a lot of ways. Well, there are two aspects of the Beard of Erich Anpin. Now, if we understand that the concept of tikkun means hismatus of the light, because the light of the Ein Sof is the light of total oneness, which we cannot understand because we're not one. We're divided to many, many different parts. And all that has an origin. So it is traced down through the parts of which is called Erich Anpin. And Erich Anpin has a beard, and through the beard, the different strands of the hairs of the beards are like channels, like straws. and through it flows the light of the Ein Sof, but it becomes minimalized and shaped by the face of by that beard. So it turns out that there are two different aspects. This is a big piece of Torah, so I don't know if I'm going to do it today. But all of it is shaped and minimalized by the form of that beard. And the beard has within it an inside part and an outside part. So in other words, the juice that runs through it. I'm telling you that, not that I understand where these thoughts came from, but these are the thoughts of the Ari, and we're going to see the Rashash. He lays it out a little bit for us. What you see here is the big print, is the penemius of the light. And the first place where it appears, Then the next word is kale. That refers to the chitzonius of the light. That's the part you really can see. So exactly why it's laid out like this? Well, we're going to try to get into this. For those of you who love the Shem and want to become closer to it, we're sitting over here trying to figure out the Rashash. This is your Saba, your very own Saba here. Doing the best I can. I see I make mistakes, so please forgive me. You can always talk to me in the comments. Nobody talks to me. I see that we have a few people listening to these shiurim, which I find unbelievable. Because I think you really have to have a deep feeling for this, or have a lot of background. Anyway, this is your Saba speaking. Baruch Fleischman, Tikkun Elevator Kolo.